Ah, so good to be back home with the Rising Stones. It's been so long just to hear that music again after being trapped in the first. Good times. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. I'm going to go ahead and turn my effects off. 1 second, because I noticed the shadows like to act up. But yeah, welcome everybody to more Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. For today's part, we're going to be starting post-scenario. That's right. We've gone ahead and completed main scenario for Shadowbringers, which means that now all that's left to do to conclude off Shadowbringers as a whole is to go ahead and start post-game. And I can only imagine with all the little threads that we ended off with last stream, it's time to see the consequences of my actions. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start. Vel, God, it's good to see you. I hope your being here means you've had your fill of rest. More than my fill. Well, you've certainly earned it. Not much has happened since your last visit. I had planned for you to meet that helper I told you about, but he refuses to answer his link pearl. I do hope he's alright. We've been exchanging messages with the Eorzean Alliance throughout, though. They say the fighting has finally stopped at the Gimli Dark, and that the Emperor's shown no signs of empires shown no signs of movement. It's crazy to think that for as long as the Gimli Dark was for me, that was almost like little over a month ago, I want to say. It's crazy that as far as like the source is considered, that's only been like a few days. It's crazy. Which means we might actually have a moment to ourselves for a change. Seeing as you're back, maybe you could tell me more about your time in the first. Great. Oh, and if you don't mind, I'd like to ask Flemen to join us. She'll want to know what happened to Menphilia, and I think it's best she hears it from you. We'll meet you on the terrace of the House of Splendors. Oh, on the terrace, gotcha. I know exactly where that is. But yeah, I've been just kind of thinking about what I played with that finale. I would probably argue and still say that it's like probably the best content in the game so far that I've played. But that being said, I have been told by many of my friends, oh, you think that's good? Don't get me wrong, that's good. It only gets better from here. Which is like, oh boy, I cannot wait. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk to Flaming. There she is. No. Maya, it has been too long. Tataru did mention that I would be joining you, did she not? Yep. Thank you. Words cannot well express how I have longed to know more of the first. This world Menphilia has sacrificed so much to save. But come, rest your feet. Tataru should be arriving shortly. So Menphilia chose to pass on her gifts to the next oracle, this girl who Thancred named Reen. To have such a burden thrust upon her as a child, only to embrace it when given the choice. In that respect, they are quite alike. It would seem her legacy is indeed in capable hands. Vel, might I ask a favor of you when you next return to the first? To tell Reen what I cannot. Tell her, thank you. Yeah, of course. And I would offer thanks to you as well, for staying with her to the end. Begging your pardon, but could I have a word? Hmm? Oh! Real, I hope you're here to tell me you've received word from our helper. I wish. I have not had a peep of him, and it's been a good long while now. Too bloody long. On account of which, I'm gonna sneak over to the border and see if I can get a signal to him from closer up. But what if they catch you? There must be another way. Well, it ain't as if we can ask Thancred to do it. Besides, I shouldn't have no trouble picking me way through Gimlet now that the fighting's died down. Gods know there's enough shadows to hide in. And it beats waiting around here twiddling me thumbs. Any road. I just thought I'd let you know. Now I'd best be... Ah, I nearly forgot. Kryle's at the stones and she wants a word. Something to do with the patients. She was getting ready to examine him again when I left. We'd best head back then. I'm sure it's important. Bye-bye. Alright, let's go check on our, the soulless, bodies of our friendos that have just kind of been sitting there in stasis, since we departed for the first. Hope they're doing okay. Into the Rising Stones. Alright. Oh boy.
You're here. Good.
Hi, Kryle.
So, how are they?
Still locked in slumber, but otherwise in good physical health. For the present, at least.
For the present? Oh no, is something wrong with them?
I'm afraid there may be. I summoned you after detecting faint signs of instability in Thancred's corporeal ether. But subsequent examination suggested all 5 might be affected. And when I examined them just now, my fears were confirmed.
Oh shit.
Tellingly, the degree of instability varies between them. Thancred exhibits the most notable signs, followed by Y'shtola and Urianger. The twins' ether, meanwhile, remains relatively stable, but there is a change there too if one knows to look for it.
It's likely because Thancred's been in the first for much longer.
Hold on. Isn't that the order they were called away in?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Which leads me to believe the instability will only increase with time. Though I can but speculate, I fear this may be a symptom of a weakening link between body and soul.
By the gods! What happens if the link is broken?
I cannot say for certain. This is all unknown territory to us. Yet whatever happens, it cannot be good. Mercifully, the instability is still only slight. And you may rest assured Master Matoya and I will do everything in our power to keep it from worsening. Be that as it may, it is imperative that you find a way to restore our friends' souls to their bodies.
I mean, yeah. Leave it to me.
Thank you.
But where's he even supposed to start? We had the greatest minds in the realm hunting high and low for an answer, and they ran out of places to look.
You stated in your report that the Exarch had originally intended to reverse the summoning process by means of his own death, correct?
Yes.
Raha always was a reckless young fool, ready to die for the first righteous cause that came along.
Aww.
His plan might well have worked, but I, for one, am glad he never had the opportunity to see it through. Even if it does mean our friends must remain stranded a while longer. There is another way, I am sure of it. And the key lies with him, with the Exarch. Pray return to the first and apprise him and the others of the situation.
Sure.
We, meanwhile, will do what we can from here. And, if the fates are kind, we will have good news to share upon your return.
Now, I'm curious, given we've only been here for a couple minutes, what's to say that, like, several months haven't passed? Well, I say couple minutes, we've likely been here for a bit longer than we initially intended. What's to say that when we go back to the first, several months wouldn't have passed? I'll be curious to know if they address that, because I think even Graha did say something about, like, the flow of time being all funky. Ugh. So let's go back to the Crystarium. I'm surprised Tataru and Krell haven't commented on how you bleach your tips like a delinquent. Look, it's all that excess light, okay? It's all that excess light. It had an effect on me in the long run. You actually are in a period of same time passage. Ah, okay, so it's stabilized, more or less. Gotcha. Alright, well that's good to know. Because I was a little worried that it's like, hey listen, I don't mind lollygagging in the source as much as the next guy, but my friends are still trapped in the first. Hi, Graha. Ah, Belle, you are returned. I hope you're I was about to say, are you still beat up? I hope your time in the source was suitably restful. But of course it wasn't. Go on. Their corporeal aether shows signs of instability. By the gods, the possibility never even occurred to me. If you have returned in the hope that my research has yielded a solution, I fear you will be sorely disappointed. 'Tis but a mercy we have the likes of Mistress Kryl and Master Matoya to keep our friend's body safe while we wrestle with the problem. But they cannot forestall the separation of body and soul indefinitely. Come, the others must be told. Hello, my friendos. Oh, where's Urianger and Thancred? Oh, I love my cutscenes where everyone just talks to themselves. Alright, there's Thancred. Sorry, Thancred. Urianger.
Excuse my late arrival.
It's okay.
Will Thancred and Reen not be joining us?
Nay, milady. With apologies to all, they beg leave to pursue their investigation of the empty to its conclusion. Should matters here demand their presence, however, they did assure me that they would make themselves available.
Yes, of course. Then let us proceed. I think it best that you begin by providing a summary of Mistress Kryl's findings.
I suppose it was only to be expected that some change would occur.
Yet our souls seem unaffected, to my eye at least. How long they will remain so is another question. Kryl is right. It is imperative we find a way to return to the source.
Perhaps an explanation of the method by which I brought you here will yield some inspiration. Ere I begin, it must be noted that I am by no means a gifted mage. In order to employ powerful magics, I must rely upon the Crystal Tower and its boundless reservoirs of energy. The magic that summoned you was no exception. 'Tis a singular spell, adapted through painstaking effort from the technique that transported me to the first.
Okay.
To use an analogy, it works by cutting a hole in the fabric of reality. A hole tailored to the object of summoning, through which it and it alone may pass unscathed. Though I succeeded in creating said hole, I failed to latch onto my intended target. Instead of you, the spell found those close to you, and ended up summoning them in their incomplete state. I would not soon throw my life away, not after the lengths you and yours went to save it. And so long as I breathe, I will spare no effort to see you safely home. But should all else fail, and your lives be at stake, there remains one sure method.
Graha, no.
Ow!
No. What the hell?
What was that for?
How can you even entertain such thoughts? You owe your life to the Warrior of Light, and you don't get to die unless he says so.
God damn.
Your followers await your divine judgment.
Oh.
What did you just...
What?
If the two of you have finished, perhaps we could return to our discussion?
I love that
Rather
even
than
Alice
dwelling
is like,
upon multiple failed attempts at transference, I think it would behoove us to focus on the solitary success. I would draw your attention to the fact that our friend can travel between worlds possessed not only of his body and soul, but his personal effects besides.
that's right.
This is no different from the teleportation magics to which we are all accustomed. Magics that allow for the transportation of those inanimate objects one considers to be an extension of oneself.
Are you suggesting that simply by considering us his possessions, he could carry our souls back to the source upon his person?
Yo, do I
Well, it
get
would be
to
nice
equip
think
Alpha
that's
now?
simple for a change. But vague notions of ownership seem a bit
Alpha, no, you're
too
good. You're
to stay
coming
our
with me in my
lives.
pocket.
So much as a moment of doubt on his part, and we'd be left floating in the rift.
Milady hath the right of it. The requisite fixity of belief would be too much to ask even of our friend. Yet, were we to immure our souls within an object in his possession, mayhap then our safe passage could be assured. White Auracite would, I believe, serve as a suitable vessel for this purpose. It was conceived to imprison the massy soul of an Ascian, and should house one of ours with relative ease.
Oh boy.
We would need only to ensure our soul's safe preservation inside the stone.
They don't treat you like a friend, they treat you like an item. That's right.
To our vacant bodies.
How am I feeling post Shadowbringer? I feel nice and chipper. I'm sure that won't last.
I believe I know of someone who may be able to assist us. On the far shore of the source, there stands a great palace built by the elves. It was forsaken in the wake of the flood, but a certain Numo chose to make their home there soon after. Though they have long lived as a recluse, they once occupied a place of honor in Verbert's royal court, and it is said that none in all of Norvrandt is more knowledgeable than they on matters of the soul.
Well, I've no objection to seeking a helping hand, but if they've gone to such lengths to hide themselves away from the world, what makes you think they'd be willing to lend us one?
A worthy question. Years ago, I myself tried and failed to solicit their cooperation in the battle against the Sin Eaters. No sooner had I begun to make my... Unlike me, however, you have curried favor with the Fae folk. By that merit alone, I am hopeful that they would grant you an audience. They may still be inclined to turn you away, of course, but if their knowledge might feasibly facilitate your return home, we have to try.
Yeah. I'll take lemonade. Actually, wait. Ovium cordon bleu, jellied haricot, oysters on the half shell, oyster power. All right, let's talk to the Crystal Exarch again. Grand adventure. Crystal Exarch wastes time in seeking help for your stranded comrades. The Grand Cosmos, that is the palace we seek, stands on the opposite shore of the source. I will arrange for a boat to carry us there. Whilst thou journeyest thither, I think it best that I devote mine energies to the creation of white auracite, by thy leave, of course. The process requireth no small amount of time, and should the Numu consent to lend us their aid, we will have need of a suitable vessel ere long. Agreed. Then I would ask the rest of you to meet me in the Sullen, and do be prepared for a warm reception. Alright. So now we have a destination, and away we go. So in Kalusia, I think it was closest to right, I believe. Cut to the source. Tataru is borrowing the Scion's bodies for tailor measurements. Oh no! It's like I had to. I wanted to surprise you all with new outfits when you got your souls back. Alright, so Grand Adventure, that would be... What about Comra? Oh, wait a minute. No. I'm in the wrong area. Or am I? The source was not in Kalusia. It was in Lakeland, right? Ah, and Lakeland's the one area where I don't have my Aether Currents. Damn. Alright, well, I may as well go out of my way to get them now, I suppose. The last one that I needed, I believe, is, I believe it's somewhere around here, around the Wolves of Shadow. No, it's around Radiska's Round, right around here. So we'll go there first to get the last, we'll get the last Aether Current we need, and then we'll head back over to, main scenario area. I like how Orion Show was able to create auras the first without having Membrio's notes. Orion Show must have a eidetic memory or something. Yeah, I mean, he seems like a smart boy. I got confused because the Tempests in Kalusia. That's right. Hey, you leave me alone. He did it before, so he probably hasn't memorized at this point. That's right. That's what I was thinking. He probably just has the process very down to memory at this point. Alright, so let's go. That looks like a person. Yeah, if I recall correctly, the Aether Current that I'm looking for is to the west, so just keep going this way. And it should be around here. Yep, there it is. The only thing I'm wondering, actually, is, take a look at my journal. Lakeland, 1, 2. How many more do I need for 3? So I'm missing 1. Interesting. Let's go over this way. Now I have an objective of stuff to do post-stream. I'll have to get all the Aether Currents that I've been meaning to get here. That way we don't have to worry about meet me in Sullen. That way in case we do go back here, I actually have the means to fly around. At least one of the blue current quests starts in the Crystarium. I think one starts at the inn. Ah, that might be the one that I'm missing then. The one that's in the Crystarium. I'll go back and get that one later then. Alright, and there the docks are right there. Hang on, I'll swim it. I don't even know what a Boja is, Roman. There we go. Some music. As I told you before, I had scarcely set foot on the palace grounds when I was set up upon by our host familiars, and I expect our reception today to be no different, which is why I propose we march through the main gate, weapons drawn. I'm sorry, but are we not here to petition for assistance? You can't honestly think barging in looking for a fight is going to persuade them. Actually, I believe the Exarch may have the right of it. They have no doubt poured a great deal of time and energy into their creations. Were I them, I should be most interested to meet with those who could overcome my defenses. As would any true seeker of knowledge, and there is little we can say or do to convince them to help us if we know nothing of their character, nor less why they chose to hide themselves from the world. But if we can seize their interest, mayhap we can earn ourselves an audience. Sure thing, let's do it! Weapons drawn it is then. Though I must say, Exarch, you certainly seem to be enjoying all of this. Hmm? Do I? Well, I will not deny that I enjoyed the thought of fighting alongside you all rather than pacing about inside the Crystal Tower. You both seem to be in rather high spirits, if you ask me. Not that I'm surprised. Your moods you invariably improve when Vel is around. Exactly what are you implying? He averted a calamity and the light which seemed destined to consume him has been extinguished. It is only natural that we be pleased to see him. Yes, well, you will have plenty of time to celebrate his good health after we finished here. Of course. Then let us proceed to the palace. I like that, now that, you know, cloak off, Graha's definitely becoming more, Stentosh. It's level fast, level 71 onwards. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Alright, let's go ahead and go. All-rounder. Alright then, my fellow nerd, you gotta sit this one out. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's fair. Whoa. Ooh. Whoa. The Grand Cosmos. All right, let's go. All right. So far, so good. Bye, Frey. It's adorable. Yeah, it is. The whole thing with Graha, I really do enjoy the dynamic that they're going for here. Alright, door open. Presence chamber. Hit him a few times with this. That's not Cronus. Cronus Lux? Oh yeah, I'm not rocking it right now. I probably should though. Here, let me correct that. There we go. Brooms! Oh my god, living swords? Or not, just Hound Eyes. Apparently we found Yen Sid's house. Apparently. You must prove that you are the master. This very much does feel like a Disney dungeon, not gonna lie. Bro decided to mess up someone's house. These dungeons are getting crazy. For some reason, I don't think that's correct. And I'm almost certain you've made this joke before. Oh my god, guys, we're in Disney Castle. Imagine if you had a dungeon that just raids a player's residence. No problem. No worries. There we go. And away goes his steam. If you insist on making a mess of my palace... Whatever the hell he said. Hello. Well, that took a lot of damage. Holy shit. Two Vuln stacks. 3 Vuln stacks. Damn, I didn't pop my Darkest Night fast enough. Oh, wait, no, it worked. I gotta remember to use me Shadow Wall. One Vuln stack. Two Vuln stacks. Ah. Oh shit! Oh fuck! I was not anticipating to actually lose that one. Holy shit! Alright, let's try that again. That was fucking embarrassing, holy shit. Alright, I gotta be more careful, and I actually have to time my my Blackest Nights correctly, because they do absorb a decent chunk of damage. Just that I'm not timing them correctly, and I'm overusing my MP. Oh, so this boss is even difficult on duty supports. Jeez. Just keep an eye out for any AoEs. Put up my my initial set of mitts. Blackest Night. There we go. Alright, so what happens here? I gotta switch-a-roo, and then they... Okay, just stay away from where they're sweeping. And I still get Vuln stacks. Interesting. Pop Reprisal. Alright, they're coming back again. I'll use me Shadow Wall. 3 vuln stacks. I legit don't know how to avoid these. Oh, he strolls down. That's not good. Yeah, he's gonna hit me with another one. Another tank buster. Oh, there we go. Alright, let me quickly read chat. Might be just my brain, but trying to discern the broom pattern was a nightmare while doing DPS and surviving. You got a vuln because you touched the broom, it just didn't look like it because if dental sucks and hitbox are always further than they show. Yeah, no, the broom pattern was a little... Whoa. Guys, holy shit, I think we are in Disney World. It's Purple Disney. Pretty sure I saw something like this in Dragon Quest XI. Ah, I see. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something similar to it. Gotcha. I'll keep that in mind. And they're done. So very earlier gets hit by mechanics I always do to how our AI is programmed. Whoa. Cosmos Witchweed. Guys, I think the plants have gone frenzy. Plants are mad that they haven't been watered in a while. Cosmos Echo. Oh, and these are bombs. Well, so much for that. Self-destructed. Root this, I'm gonna find water myself. Alright, there we go. I gotta say though, especially after playing Dragoon DPS, going back to Dark Knight where everything feels a little bit more clunky. I still like playing Dark Knight, but it's one of those things where it's like once you get used to such high DPS with Dragoon, it gets a little weird coming back to this. You still struts across, yeah. Well, we're almost to the next area. All things considered, though, this is a pretty neat dungeon. There we go. Next area is opened. Let's go. Whoa. Let's see how well this one goes. Oh, what? I essentially just moved them off of the thing. Gotcha. Nice little puzzle. Jesus Christ. I almost killed Alizé with that one. Alright, another puzzle. Put this one all the way over here. Haha. wasn't too bad. I like that one. I like that boss. That was pretty fun. The garden is ruined. Mark my words, you will pay for this. Draco statue. Where? Hello. Gotcha. Oh, well, so much for that. I turned on me shadow wall, but it was for naught. In fact, I'm curious if I can... Oh! I can't just end my shadow wall early. This is just for a treasure coffer, I assume. Right. Little flying piglins. Little piggies. I'm gonna take a guess right now and say these little piggies are like minions, right? Like they're like minions you can get. It'd be cool if they were. Okay, so that wasn't the place. Wait a minute. I sense... Oh. Porksies thing, yes, they are familiars. Gotcha. What am I doing wrecking this poor fella's home? We're here to bargain. Did you need to break into my house though? Yeah, it's the first version of the Heavens Ward. It's Sir Mothbert as opposed to Cheerbert. Sir Grim? Yeah? Look at that. Bwah, 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 bwah. Bwah, 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 bwah. God, it feels like so long ago now. Raiding the vault with the boys. Oh, Lord Taldwell. What the hell? Sir Finnebert. Sir Hamoth. Interesting. Like alternate universe, the Heavensward, yeah. On the wall uses the same model as Odin, by the way. Oh, I can tell. I can tell. Alright, listen here, Phineas and Ferb. Get out of my face. I like how only he's left. Interesting. Have enzyme materia. Oh. Pity. It's a ball. I'm wet, I'm cold, there's 104 days summer vacation. The piano. You have sullied these halls long enough. Come, Lugus. Our guests yet want for company. Lugus? Insatiable flame, Lugus. Got a fucking fire spirit. Oh shit! Yeah, okay, I gotta pay attention to that shit. Stack markers, get away from each other. I don't know. What the hell does that mean? Wait. Okay. Wait. Wait, what fire? What? I was very confused there. I went to where everyone else was. Was I supposed to interact with it? I stood where everyone else was to touch a piece of furniture or you die. Oh, okay. We find... Blah, blah. Alright, well, no sense in dilly-dallying. Let's try that again. You just have to run into a piece of furniture? I thought I did! Only one touch to limited furniture means you gotta kill it quick. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I think the curtains count. Okay, so just any piece of velvet drapery. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Okay. So hold on. He's going this way. So I'm going to stand right here. Jesus Christ, the Crystal Exarch was like right on top of that. I didn't pop it up in time. Alright. I can only assume what this means. No, you stole her! No, damn you! Hang on. There we go. Alright, hold on. They're standing this way, so right here. You know, I see. My friends were talking about this. Going forward, bosses won't telegraph their attacks super clearly. You have to be paying attention to like where their animations are. Right. And next is me. Fuck me, my Blackest Night just wore off. Yeah, he basically rushes to wherever he's going, so rush to him, attack, and then rush to me. There you go. That's not too hard. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Just took a bit to get used to, but it wasn't too bad. That whole dungeon, honestly, was really fun. Yeah! I haven't seen my Warrior of Lights fucking smile like that in a hot minute. The 1, 2, 3, 4 is colloquially called limit cut. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
That was my fiercest familiar. Oh, impressive.
Well, he talks like a complete nerd. Just with the filter on. Oh my god, but the nerd is adorable.
Backlook, 'tis good to see you again after all these years. And judging by your vigorous greeting, I dare say the feeling is mutual. To be sure, a simple shake of the hand would have sufficed by way of welcome, but I'm sure...
Fuck, man!
But you must be wondering as to the purpose of our visit. We come to beg your assistance in a most urgent...
No!
Shake? Beg?
Power word.
Comrades' very
Beg.
souls are in danger. If we are to save them, we will need the benefit of your unsurpassed knowledge on the matter. Please, will you not sit and hear our plea?
These people are so mean to these dog creatures.
Oh, how dare you! How dare you speak thus in my presence! It was to escape such words of temptation that I hid myself from the world of men.
Y'all have too much power over us.
Are sinners, one and all, and I swore never again to have any part in your affairs.
I can only imagine what terrible events forced you into a life of seclusion.
Oh.
But I know that the Numo are a good and noble folk. It is not in your nature to turn a blind eye to the plight of those around you. And in treating with us, I am certain whatever mistrust you feel for man will begin to... heal.
Alphino, you're a... You took a long pause after that one. Oh, it's about to explode!
If you will not be satisfied, I suppose I could listen. After all, there's no harm in just... No, I mustn't. Not again.
Those little creatures are fucking adorable.
That damn court mage seemed to have the best of intentions too, and countless innocents died for my naivety.
Nice. I know what he's talking about because I did the Black Mage role quest. Sorry, Black Mage. No, Dark Knight.
You know not what you ask of me. What horrors my knowledge has wrought.
I could be a real asshole. Nah. I know what they're talking about.
You know of the plague?
I do.
Then you know how dangerous soulcraft can be. Instead of saving your friends, you risk damning them. Are you sure you're willing to take that chance?
No. No.
Oh, very well. I will hear your petition, but that is all. And I expect fitting payment for my troubles.
Commensurate with your contribution to our cause. No more and no less, I promise you. With that settled, might I impose upon you to join us at the Crystarium? I'm afraid the nature of my friend's predicament calls for absolute secrecy.
That must be annoying, by the way. Just that very particular spiky bit at the end of Graha's cheek, going right up into his eye. I know it's meant to look like it's like going like crystallizing his face, but it looks more like he's got like a hanging bit like right on his like right next to his eye. There you are. The others have gone ahead to the Crystal Tower with Becklog. For the record, I truly wish we hadn't had to resort to using such words when treating with them. I have ever sought to convince, not compel. Yet I cannot deny that a part of me is glad Rianja shared his knowledge of the Numo with us. Had he not, Becklog wouldn't be here. Speaking of whom, we should hurry. To keep our guest waiting would only add insult to injury. Why, yes, it is incredibly itchy. Alright, and something new has been added to the trusts. We mustn't dally here any longer, Vel. If Becklog is to hear the truth of our travails in the first, you of all people should be present. But in one of the short stories, Tales from the Shadow on the Lodestone, one of them goes in depth into what happened with the plague. Yeah, I've been made aware that some of the stories on the Lodestone that deal with like some of the side stuff, along with like go further into like the world of Eorzea, the world of Final Fantasy XIV. Some of the stories on there, from what I understand, are fairly interesting, and I definitely want to give them a shot. Just that I kind of wish that Square went more out of their way to advertise them. Actually, I kind of wish that Square went out of their way to advertise them a little bit more. Like, I'll see what I want about like the 343 devs and Halo, but they always like to put a spotlight on like lore editions and stuff like that in the written works, and I wish that FF14 did something similar. There's a hunt mark in Ilmeg called Oporis Paldia. That mark is directly tied to the story and to the plague. Oh, interesting.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me not only that the return of night was your doing, but that you hail from another world as well?
That's right. Also, yeah, I'm having fun.
Everything we told you, of the source, the shards, the 7 umbral calamities, all of it is true. I realize how fantastical it sounds, and I would not blame you for doubting our testimony. But given your expertise, you must surely have noted the peculiar nature of their souls.
Any other time and I would have dismissed your stories as balderdash and flummery. But upon closer inspection, 'tis plain their souls are far denser than is normal, and that they do not possess true bodies. Save you. Your body is your own, and your soul is the densest of them all.
As I said before, were it not for their heroism, the skies over Norvrandt would still be awash with light, the realm yet at the mercy of 4-3 and the Sin Eaters. After all they have done for our home, seeing them safely back to their own, it seems the very least we can do.
Your tale is intriguing. Yes, very intriguing indeed. Simply to hear it is fitting payment in itself. As for your friends, I can but agree. Their valorous deeds on behalf of Norvrandt are deserving of recognition, of their own fitting payment.
You will help us then?
I will. I would see my knowledge put to good use for a change.
I really want us to get to see the other shards. Yeah, I'd be curious to know what the other shards are like.
The spry young Numo I once was. As such, I will require assistance in my fieldwork and testing.
It would be our pleasure. We'll be laboring for our own benefit after all.
Hang on just a second, guys. Just out of curiosity. Not sure, but fuse back into the source. Yeah. Need to look up a quest list real quick just to make sure you can keep track of where I'm at. Alright, so... okay. Let's continue. Did you happen to notice the magic broom strewn about the Grand Cosmos? Uncanny. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if, this is a Matoya character, almost. You have spun quite a tale, but tell me, have you given any thought as to how you might return to your world? Sorry, I was letting off a yawn. Holy shit. White Auracite, you say? An intriguing proposition, but one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They have become highly charged, likely as a consequence of having maintained tangible forms for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there is no telling what may happen to their souls within the Auracite. They could very well become immutable to transference, never to be restored to their bodies. Then, would it be possible to force our souls into a state of dormancy prior to transference? In theory, yes, but the soul is not a candle to be snuffed out and relit on a whim. Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would rendering our souls dormant entail? In order to maintain a corporeal form, your souls constantly draw aether from your surroundings. This process must be halted and the resulting surfeit of aether removed. Your minds would ultimately be separated from these faux bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. A cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which will be rectified upon your return home. Leaving lifeless husks, like those poor souls at the inn at Journey's Head, corrupted by the Sin Eaters, their aether made stagnant by the light. Corrupted? Stagnant? Might I see these unfortunate individuals? Why, do you think you might be able to help them? I might, or I might not, but I shan't know for sure until I have seen their condition firsthand. Oh! Then I would be glad to take you to them on the understanding that you won't do anything which might increase their suffering. It was my faith in man I lost, not my compassion. While I see no need for all of us to accompany you, while you escort our guest to the inn, I will assist Orianja in creating the requisite Auracite. I believe my talents would be better applied to that endeavor as well. Might I leave the three of you to assist Backlog as necessary? Huh. Let us make for Amarang then. Alright then, off to Amarang we go. Actually, let me quickly check my inventory. Paladin stuff. Oh, I already got the Paladin gear for level 45, which is good because I think, hold on, just real quick. I'm level 45 as Paladin. which means insufficient armory chest space. Interesting. Alright, hold on. In that case, gotta clear up some room real quick, guys. I'll get rid of the heavy steel flanchard. Get rid of this. And Ghost Striker's mitts. Get rid of this. Now I'm just missing the chest plate. That's for Dragoon. Spark Rod. Just real quick, just checking some stuff. Insufficient armory chest space. Blah. Ifiti. Deep gold greatsword. I don't really need that. Return to my inventory. I'll store it in my armory chest later. High steel gunblade. I gotta equip that. Shadowbringer. I'm keeping that. Return this to my inventory. Return that to my inventory. And then Pugilist, Monk, Samurai. Let's go ahead and open this up. Jacket of Healing. Oh, I opened that as... Ugh. Well, I made a mistake. I opened this up as... Man. It's whatever. Alright, anyways, switching back to Dark Knight. Dull. I opened up the armory chest. I opened up that coffer as fucking paladin, and I'm not even fucking appropriate level yet, man. Alright, anyways, let's go over to Amarang and at Journey's Head. The Poetics gear you can get now is far better than the Crystarium gear. Oh, I know. I just occasionally like to keep some of the gear that I get for glamour sakes. So this is Halbrick, isn't it? Yes, his etheric balance leans perilously towards the light, towards stasis. What do you suppose will happen to him? Not too bright, are you, boy? God damn. The same as all poor souls corrupted by the light, he will become a sin eater. You don't know that. We defeated the Wardens and banished the light from the night sky. Halbrick was completely unresponsive before, but now... Then perhaps there is yet hope. If I may, there is a treatment I wish to administer to the patients. What sort of treatment? In the course of my studies of the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the ether in one's body. After some refinement, it came to be used by the Knights of Vobert, then for far darker purposes. Lest it fall into the wrong hands, I swore never again to make it, but for their sakes I will break that oath. It is not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you, but it should offer some measure of relief. Curious. Soul tonic. Tonic has had no effect. Warmth I feel in my chest. Seems like with people that may be too far gone it doesn't work. Then all that's left is Halbrick. Sorry, no, Voin. I would assume Voin is a recent addition, a recent one, so... Let's see what entails here. Oh, my legs, they don't feel as heavy. Interesting. Give the soul a little Adderall? God knows I need it. Now then, have you noted any change in the patients? Oh, excuse me. A notable rise in body temperature and increased motor function in most of the patients, at least. The more severely afflicted show no response. As I feared then, 'tis true with the restoration of night, the corrupting influence of light will no longer grow, and yes, their bodies will naturally return to equilibrium given time, but this holds true for only their corporeal ether. Their incorporeal ether, that of the soul, is not so easily mended. Which is why those in the later stages of corruption, like Halric, appear unaffected by your tonic. Precisely. The boy's soul is too far gone, his mind held together by the finest of threads. There is a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it could take years, decades even. By the gods, he could wake to find himself in all... Oof. A fine reward for his persistence. The opportunity to mourn the life he never had a chance to live. No, there must be something we can do. Look, I realize this is not why we petitioned your aid, but do you think it would be possible if we can find a way to hasten their recovery? Maybe. Nor do I think it impossible that in treating them we might learn something of relevance to your own predicament. Okay. Rare roast beef. Alright, well, let's see what's what. I suspect the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past, that I was once a mage of the Royal Court of Robert, and that soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administered to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I'd hoped to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my knowledge brought only suffering, a plague the like of which none had ever seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph instead became my greatest shame. Inflicts the wars that brought this responsible to justice. Aye, that they did. I shudder to think what might have happened had they not. But let us return to the task at hand. Finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal ether. Do you think it can be done? Were the sky still ablaze with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility, but now we may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the ether revitalizing magics we will ultimately employ. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that needs to be done, if it's all the same to you. Whatever regents must be procured or spells invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well, your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. The purest of waters and the finest of clays, as well as the Fey lantern brimming with pixie magic. If you're convinced the resulting familiar could help the patients, fine. Alpha, no, the water and clay will be simple enough, but I think you know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean... The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If you humor them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. Fine, we'll pay a visit to Elmeg, though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fey folk. Oh, while you're about it, seek out the Numu of Plaeni. They will be able to supply you with water suitable for our needs. Right, let's get this over with, shall we? There still remains the matter of... Whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Fucking... Steam decided to open the big picture. No, you fool. Thank you. The hell? Now, and I'm just gonna go find the clay. Alright, let's get started. Clay from Amarang will be likely the best. Do you know of anyone who might be able to assist us? I could ask the miners at... Well, there are scavengers at Mordsuk. I could ask the miners at Twine. Given it's clay, probably the miners at Twine. No, see, okay, let's go. So over to... No, I'm already there. Twine. Alright, let's talk to the peoples of Twine. Magnus. Well, what? I'm sorry, I was gonna say well. Vel, well, what a coincidence. You've come at a good time. We've just this moment finished repairing the Talos and trolley you lot took to Nabath-Rang. The trolley was no trouble, but the Talos would have been another matter had we not had a visit from Master Chai. He offered us a share of leftover building materials from Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man that Chai knows. He seemed pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley, but Magnus still refused to see all good we can do with it. My buddy, you have like one fixation. I'm happy for you, but get over it. You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek, but that doesn't mean you can go harassing your guests with them. Master Chai was just being polite. And something tells me Vel here didn't come all this way to talk about trolleys. What is it you need, my friend? No trouble with the trolley, eh? Next thing you know, you're going to be asking me to rig a bomb to a train. I see, and this familiar requires clay from Amarang. Well, look no further. If anyone can find you some quality clay, it's us. Saying that, it isn't exactly a commodity nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or other, waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from Mount Biran mines to make adobe bricks. Adobe? Place is swarming with coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than to look there. Alrighty, let's get going. Oh, did I not get all the... Hold on. What am I missing? I'm missing 2 quest ones. Wait, where though? Oh, likely also in the Crystarium. I see. Jarek's the equivalent of an old car enthusiast. That sounds about right. Alright, well, we'll have to take the long way then. Also, Amarang's music again is a vibe. Oh, it's so good. Honestly, I don't think there's a single bad track in this entire expansion. Lo-fi beats Sin Eaters too. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, I've seen some of the comments of other videos, and it's like, oh no, the Raktika Greatwood fucking Lahi is not a good track, and I'm like, I fucking love that track. What? I got clay. There's another one over here. Hades taking a page out of Sonic's OST and naming this theme Invincible, right? I love Civilizations. I can also appreciate Locky jump scare. This fucking thing healing? That was weird. I saw its HP, like, uptick there for a minute. Wandering coyote. I am. Yeah, I've watched some of the meme stuff with Soken. Man just went up there and had a fucking performance. That madman, yeah. Alright, so deliver the lumps and proceed to backlog. Oh wait, was that it? Oh, this is something else entirely. Okay. Well, wait. Vain Pursuit, that one's a... Hold on, so that means... Oh, so really I'm only missing one, and that one is probably in the Crystarium. Okay, well, I'll keep an eye out for that stuff. Also, apologies for the yawning. Jeez, I don't want to be yawning all stream. But I woke up relatively early and I've been up for a while. For the record, today's stream will definitely not be going as long as some of the previous ones. I do kind of want to pace out the FF14 streams just a bit. So today's stream will actually be ending in about another, roughly about another, let's say 50 minutes? 50 minutes or so? Today's stream will be ending basically at around the normal time, right back when I used to end my streams. Just because I'll be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday for Shadowbringers postgame, and then resuming again, so on and so forth, because I don't want to rush through everything. I just kind of want to take my time with it all. Plus, also, I have other priorities to take care of after stream is done and whatnot. 15 or 50? 50. Wonderful. When you combine the clay and the water, then heat the mixture with the Fey Lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. I'm going to also be streaming the raid content and trials. I will probably do the raid content and trials off stream, and I'll record them and then upload like a supercut, similar to how I did the Alexander raids and some of the other stuff that I did. I'll try to get the most out of it all recorded, but again, it's all about like making sure that the people that are in them, my friends that are raiding with me, are okay with being recorded and stuff like that, getting the permission for all that stuff, and making sure that everyone's on board and stuff like that. I say stuff a lot. Halbrecht and the others have suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there's a chance this spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Happy you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state combined with a strong desire to help them can drastically increase the magic's effects, and you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are few in all Norvrandt more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so, Vel? Absolutely, she's the best woman for the job. I love how you can really be the most vain motherfucker in this game. It's like Alizé's like, I know these people so well. I'm gonna try my best to help them. Alphinaud's like, yeah, she's probably the right person for the job. What do you think, Vel? I mean, she's fine, but if she fails, I mean, listen, you always got me, right? Then we are all of mind of the matter. Alizé shall be the one to conjure the familiar. Let's do it.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay?
Oh, whoa!
Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A porksy. I think I know what you mean.
Several days later, because clay crafting is not easy.
There we are. How's that?
Alize?
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
I love my Warrior of Light's face, just like,
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
It looks like a fucking monstrosity, but that's okay.
If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Oh my god. Whoa! Look at that!
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart
Very Matoya
desires.
sick, I'd say.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Angelo? Yo, Angelo. Oh, he's fixed.
Mother...
Oh. Yeah. Oh boy. I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We're so close now, Ulrich. As you are even now in the process of discovering, the magic asks much of the invoker. What you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been the most enlightening. I will need time to put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect, that is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via aura site. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Beklug said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body, that a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that not sound like a... I was just... You know, this thought was in the back of my mind like, wait, in theory, couldn't this cure temperament as well? But I didn't want to say anything because it's like, nah, that can't possibly be what they're setting up, right? Fixing primal temperament? That can't possibly be it. And then here we go. Not really. Oh, well, thanks, Alphino. It is the fate of the most tempered to become slaves to primal, save in a handful of cases, or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. Gabu. Condition is uncanny similar to Halrich's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused with the earth-aspected ether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there may be a chance we can save him, right? Forgive me, but who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak? Trauma. His condition does sound similar, yet there is much and more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, but you understand, but to remind you that this is delicate work we do here, work requiring patience. Of course, as long as there's hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Beklug and see if you can't make some headway into their newly posited theories. I would tell you to rest first, but I see you are not to be convinced. Ah, the fire of youth. Let us return to the Crystarium then. Finally, I found you. Oh, hey! Kaishir, what are you doing all the way out here? There's trouble back in Yulmore. Lady Chai's beside herself, sighing, pacing, the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? It must be urgent. So, all the while pacing. I take it I will return to the Crystarium alone. Go on then, if it's not as if I have anything for you to do. I know one streamer who was like, this might help Gabu, Beklug, you might have just redeemed your entire race. I'm sorry, what was wrong with their race to begin with? They're cute little dog people. I want a word with this person. The future of Yulmore's at stake. What the hell's going on over here? up in the parlor, but let's not keep her waiting, eh? Alright, so over to Gilmore we go. He got very impatient and fed up with them during the Ilmeg segment. Oh, that's his fault. The Numu are fucking great. Well, not here seems to be out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off in the distance, all that, sighing. Strange. Let's see if we can find her, discover the source of her distress. Alright. Looking for chubby Mikote. There she is. Gotcha. Hello.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
That is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility.
I get that.
Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
The problem is, I don't think he's built for it.
Then he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was...
Sorry, didn't mean to skip.
But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
Too much, got too much. It got to him, all the pressure.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think
Yeah, I gotta remember that the Yulmoran citizens were doing stuff prior to Yulmore. A lot of them, like China's, were very accomplished people.
What do you think has become of my husband?
What do I think has become of him? Sorry, but I think he's fled. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would just abandon his wife. When it was the fact that we brought the safety of his wife up as a reason why he should build the Titan that he did.
Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return. Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
Well, that's that. Alright, let's talk to Alpha now. That's the thing. If he did flee Yulmore, he wouldn't have left without his wife. Like I said, his wife is the whole reason why he decided to... He was nervous at first. He's like, I don't know, things could go wrong. What if we just fail? Blah, 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 blah. And then I brought up, you have people to protect, don't you? And he's like, yes, my wife. I would do anything for her. Okay, I'll do it. Like, it was me bringing up the Dulia, that he ended up doing it. Alright, let's inquire as to whether or not people have seen China's... industry, you see. With Lord Vother's apparently inexhaustible stores of meal and no great need for the money, it's little wonder our business world but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Chai that the Boutique of Splendors will do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Yulmore, which seemed satisfying to him, so he took his leave soon after. Oh, that reminds me! Does that mean... Oh, this is script exchange. I was under the impression I could buy tombstone gear here additionally. That there was like 2 tombstone areas that I could get stuff at. I guess not though. Now we go down to the buttress. On the balcony? Alright, well, this is something else entirely. He visited the beehive before taking his leave of Yulmore. Unfortunately, the patrons spoke with were too deep in their cups to remember aught else. Vendors are on the balcony. Oh, I see. Well, it's no big deal. We'll worry about that later. Heading back down to go, find the Ting understory. Hang on. Looking for Master Chai, are you? Is something amiss? When I last saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while about his concerns over the city's defenses, amongst other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Vothery, and finding General Ranjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I proposed replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the derelicts in Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Yulmore, you see, but the surrounding regions of Kalusia as well, and I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. Okay. So around the derelicts. Let's talk to Hathenbet. I recall a man fitting that description. Has to speak with the poor buggers lately come from right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the derelicts, and you can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing, there was plenty to tell. We hunt high and low for whatever we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies. But folks here don't just want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself, something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ear chewed about the derelicts, he asked about the other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. It looked like he was headed for the gate town when I last saw him. So it sounds to me like he didn't just leave. It more sounds to me like he's surveying, which is good. If he was picked up for leader, you'd want to know what the state of your soon-to-be, I was gonna say citizens? What's the word? I'm blanking on the word, but I'll just go with citizens for now. Your soon-to-be citizens, you want to know what the state of affairs is. Ah, there you are. How did you fare? Have you learned anything which might offer a clue as to Master Chai's whereabouts? Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Yulmore, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. Residents, locals, dissidents? No, dissident is something else. Constituents. Thank you. Fucking hell. I was thinking about the word constituents. Because if you're elected, you want to be able to serve your constituents in the best way possible. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Yulmore, I mean, not the bee. Perhaps, but the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown great concern not only for Yulmore, but its surrounding settlements. It seems logical then that having consulted those within the city walls, he would have wished to do the same to those without. Well, if you would go to make inquiries in right, I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gate Town I leave to you, Kaishir. Dissidents are the opposite of, yeah, that's what I meant. No, dissident is the opposite of what I wanted to say. Alright, so we gotta go investigate Stilltide. Oh, wait, was it not Stilltide? No, it was, in right. I went to Stilltide. There we go. Hello? Hey, Slot. There you are. No, the name doesn't ring any bells, but there was a rather dapper-looking Mistel gentleman here not long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Wright and Yulmore, or rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to their promises of meal and the chance of a lavish life among the free. And Vothri thought to take even more than that from us, conscripting a few able-bodied men we had left to guard his paradise. I needn't tell you what happened when the Sin Eaters came. Such things are hard to forgive. But Vothri's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Yulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend. China's, was it? And I'm sure the others said the same. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after, and that was that. Right? And now I speak with Alphino in Stilltide. Well, we'll ride there. You know, I'm very curious to know how this will all resolve, because I could see he's basically just canvassing is what he's doing. But I'm curious as to what will be the culmination of all this. Largely because I'm curious as to what the hook of this first patch is gonna be, is what I'm trying to say, because I'm almost done with the first patch, believe it or not. Proceed to top rung. So he paid a visit to both Wright and Gatetown as well, did he? I see. Kaishir and I gleaned much of the same. He seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Kalusia, the only likely place he has left to go being Amity. Come, if we're quick, we may yet catch up with him. Onward to Amity! Let's see. Oh, there he is. Vel, Alphino, Kaishir, what are you doing here? We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for? Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word and bade us return you to her side. What in blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. Though I suppose she could have overlooked it, and when she gets an idea into her head, I can only apologize. No harm done, Master Chai, but since we are here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you had been elected mayor, and from what we have gathered from the nearby villages, you have been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Kalusia. That much is true, but I am by no means sure I'm the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, I will not be right to assume the role of mayor. I see. And you believe said resources can be found here? Indeed. The people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me. With respect, such forethought is, in itself, proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I'm certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it's worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. We believe in you. Wait, no, whatever you need, you can count on us, because he doesn't like being overhyped. So, you can count on us. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it into Yulmore, but that dream's gone now. Burst like a bubble, or boil, more like. Anyway, Outside of repaying Master Alphino, I haven't had a clue what to do with myself. Spent most days in a daze, but you've been running up and down trying to find a way to fix this mess for everybody. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot up to Mount Gold, didn't you? How hard could marrying be? You're going to steer Yulmore to a better future, I know it. And I want to help. Properly help. Do something that makes a difference. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is. You give me entirely too much credit, the lot of you. But I can't deny it gives me heart. Come then, let's press on together. Thank you, Master Chai. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Yulmore needs more than a man with good intentions, which is why I'm here, to find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive. Who is this man exactly, and are you certain he's here in Amity? Rendon is his name. And yes, he is, or was. I had scarce begun to explain myself when he decided that his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Vauthry's father when he was in office. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left. Between them, they kept Yulmore on the road to prosperity. Excuse me. The city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him. But even if you do, what makes you think you'll listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him here in Amity? They may be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Tristel then. As I recall, you made rather a favorable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to talk to us. All right, let's talk. Speak. No, Alphino, please stop suggesting yap sessions. What do you mean? That's all post-game is. Greetings, friend, and you too, Master Chai. I presume you're here to ask about after Rendon. I couldn't help overhearing your earlier exchange. Yes, well, with Vauthry gone, Yulmore wants for a leader. Should no one else rise to the challenge, the city would very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel in the hope that we could build a better Yulmore together, and that is still my wish, but given how abominably you were mistreated there, I will quite understand if you choose not to help. Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Yulmore, and I would not see you suffer for Vauthry's villainy. As you no doubt gathered from your meeting earlier, Rendon can be rather uncompromising. He has his principles, you see, and a little patience for anyone he deems less committed to their own. Your desire to right the wrongs of your past, of Yulmore's past, is quite admirable, but I fear the guilt you bear on the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in his eyes. It's the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive. Commit to this course and prove to him Yulmore has the resolve to change. The resolve to change. I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when he left. If you plan to go and speak with him, I suggest you be firm and clear in your intentions. Very well. To Pit 8 we shall go, and I will not take no for an answer. Nay, not even a maybe. Alright then, onward to Pit 8. And that would likely be up here. Squee! Sorry about that. Wanted to quickly throw you for a loop. Oh, look at this guy.
Well, it's you again. Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
No, I didn't invite them, as it happens. Though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Yulmoran's. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Vorthry's villainy. The famous warriors of darkness.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Vorthry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Mm-hmm.
Your sentiments are admirable, yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmore, gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Vorthry was creating, and so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you were content to wallow in indolence under Vorthry's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
Good question.
I can offer no simple answer to that question. But this much I will say. It is my hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together.
Yeah.
A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. It seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with Vorthry. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Yulmore for the people.
A Yulmore for the people.
Interesting, strong words.
I rather like the sound of that.
Hey, we're winning him over.
But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office.
You would?
You ask me to help you solve Yulmore's problems, but first I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
That's respectable. Come on, guy, you didn't lift your finger to stop Valther's hypno campaign. How do we know actually if he... that's kind of reliable. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Right then. There's a particular issue you would have me resolve. You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems Yulmore now faces. I assume you will agree, therefore the matter of the dwindling food stores is the most pressing. Ah yes, meal being neither a desirable nor less sustainable option, I assume the alternative foodstuffs are now required to fill the void. And a man who hungers does not like to contribute much to society, save violence perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer and I will consider offering you my counsel. How will you solve the... Mr. President, how will you solve the food crisis here in Yulmore? No, don't skip the cutscene. A combination of measures would seem to be in order. One to address the immediate issue of supply, and another, that of production. Go on. For the present, Yulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. This would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, the long-standing neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade for foodstuffs must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbors, guarantee security and stability in the region, and most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up the rebuilding effort. My, think of that all by yourself, did you? Well, yes. It began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago, after speaking with the people of Yulmore and nearby settlements. You've impressed me, Chinese. I have. Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet, only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them the means to do so. A fair point, Rendon, and one to which I have given much thought. I propose the use of Talos to aid in the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos? But Daedalus Stoneworks closed their doors years ago. Without a ready supply of the necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plans would be put into effect. Well, as the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, it just so happens that Talos are my field of expertise, and with a little help, I'm quite certain we can acquire what we need in no time at all. Hey! Alright, we're going to continue until we finish with this patch. Rendon is quite right. Building Talos from scratch would require time we simply do not have, which is why I proposed to make use of the long-abandoned Talos which wander the wilds of Kalusia. Ugh. They will need to be deactivated, of course, and if memory serves, the tools required to do so should still be at the top rung. Come with me. Alright, let's do it. Let's go deactivate some Taloses. Talosi? Talosi? But yeah, we're nearly done with today's stream. I think what I might do unironically is more or less make it one patch per stream. If not, just go for the regular, what is it, 2 hours and 30 minutes and maybe a little extra, depending on how much we have left. Oh, I forgot I could fly. My bad. Aha! The old memory hasn't let me down. This chest contains canisters filled with the dashingly potent insulating powder capable of halting the flow of aether in a Talos. We need only get within the throwing distance of one and let fly, thus disabling them without damaging them. Ingenious. An old trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, it should be a simple enough matter to get them to march to Yulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I would ask you to run along and do the deed, but as I've said before, it's high time we learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Thankfully, throwing canisters is something even I should be able to manage. Come off it, Master Chai. Even if the Talos ain't a threat, there's 101 other things out there waiting to make a meal out of you. That's as may be, Kaishir, but Brendan tasked me with solving this problem, and I will not sit idly by while others risk everything to see my harebrained schemes realized. Not this time. Which isn't to say the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread. Truth be told, I can't feel my legs. But if I'm to prove I'm a man worth following, I must lead by example. Well said, Master Chai. Hear, hear. Yes, well, it should go without saying that I have no intention of dying for this. I've always preferred living to see the fruits of my labors. And to make sure I do, I will require your help. It is as Kaishir says, these lands are dangerous. If one is not careful, I would ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beast that could get in the way of my work. I will also need you to alert me when it is safe to subdue the Talos. Understood? Yeah. Good, then let us be off to the quick way. To the north gate and see if we can find any suitable vantage point for you. Excuse me. Alright, loading minigame. Yeah, their Master Chai is off his nut, and this means more to him than he's been letting on. Alright, so keep a lookout for Talos. Alright. Okay. Okay, hold on. R2 execute signal. Okay, I gotta be on him. Minigames. I love minigames. Blah. Another Talos. Oh, Bomber. Oh, you've killed me. What, I always failed that one? What can I say? I'm just that good. Arg, you've killed me. Now we have all we need to proceed. Bleh. Look at that! Yeah! I can scarcely believe it. It was reckless, a foolish plan, but somehow it worked. I did it. Master Chai, I believe I owe you an apology. Your plan to replenish Yulmore's food stores showed forethought and sound judgment. What's more, it is plain your time as Daedalus Stoneworks has equipped you to lead, as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor of Yulmore. I thank you for your vote of confidence, but the fact remains I am wholly ignorant of the world of politics, which is why I would ask you to join me and grant Yulmore the benefit of your counsel. I would be honored. When the people behold these Talos, I have no doubt they will lend you their support. It would seem Yulmore's leadership is at last in capable hands, wouldn't you agree? We should probably be getting back soon, Master Chai. After you've tinkered with the Talos and all that, Lady Chai is worried sick. Y'all can't see it, I'm bopping my head right now. Shit's good.
Right then, form a line and make for Yulmore.
What's that noise?
Oh, hi, pink-haired, less... Never mind. I was gonna say pink-haired Ardbert.
Run away, Talos! Call the guard! Stay back! All of you!
Is that... Darling, you're back.
Yeah!
But of course I'm back. You didn't see.
Oh, jeez. Oh, he's dead! No, he's dead!
Oh dear.
You killed him! Can't believe it. He died. I actually had to use reviving magics.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, my darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending, instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? No, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Hooray!
Oh, how wonderful!
What the hell?
Please.
It's funny. Not the kissy lips. Alright, well, if we're done here, then I hope you don't mind, but me and Alfino will be going back. Which is the other that tells us to see the public's attention. Once word is spread around Yulmore, it will be that much simpler to gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. No need to fret, Vel. I have never felt better. and not at all overawed by the prospect of addressing the assembled masses of Yulmore. As for where to do it, if we were to accommodate everyone who might feasibly wish to attend, I suppose the only place large enough would be the Emergent. Then I will go and spread the word among the citizens, both free and bonded, that they are too assembled there to meet their new mayor. You there, Kaishir, was it? Would you go and inform the residents of Gatetown and the derelicts? Of course I will. Good lad. I will let the guards know not to bar the way to Vault-3's chambers. It goes without saying that I expect the Warrior of Darkness to attend, assuming he's available. Might as well see it through the bitter end, eh? The doorman at the crown lift will show you up. Aw, come on, you can't just teleport me there? It's okay. I can just... We just witnessed another murder. Why does this happen every expansion? I don't know. Just a habit. Alright, let's go to the crown lift. Let's see what awaits us.
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today. But before going any further, could I ask the free citizens of Yulmore to look around? Tis a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Vault-3's rule. Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded,
Yo,
but today we
Cubanui
welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gatetown too. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Yulmore's new beginning. As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Vault-3. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations, and I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness. Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Yulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values.
Okay, well that's good.
No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Vorthry must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new. To what manner of nation Yulmore should become.
Very same question that Alamigo was struggling with.
One man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future. However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today. Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved.
Good man.
The road before us will not be easy, and I know full well how daunting the prospect of honest labor may seem to some of you. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward. This much we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength. For Yulmore!
For Yulmore. Oh. Yeah! All right then, let's wrap this up. That was a fine speech, Master Shai. I believe your words stirred every soul in attendance. Stirred them to action, I hope. If I have learned anything from all this, it is that change begins with the individual. It's but a matter of finding the strength to take the first step. Assuming my fellow Yulmorians can, it shall be my honor and privilege to help them walk this road we have chosen. But we must not forget that the individuals who made all these changes possible. Were it within my power, I would carve a tribute to your heroism into the very stone upon which the city stands. I hate to change the subject, darling, but now that you've officially taken office, have you given any thought to your mayoral seat? We will not be moving into the immersion, dearest. It's too big, for one thing, and too far from the people for another. We will retain our current residence, and I will govern here in the parlor. Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. I much prefer the view from the parlor. Begging your pardon, Master Chai, but have you got time for a word? Yes, of course. Hey then, Bet? Aye, that's me. I liked your speech, but there's folk outside these walls as don't even have enough food to last till tomorrow, and more who are counting on their crumbs. If you've planned to change that, I want to help set things in motion. Then we've much to discuss. No sooner do I take office that my work begins in earnest. Well, I suppose I brought it upon myself. Thank you again for your help, Vel. I hope to see you again before long. What a day. I don't know what it means exactly, but I do know I've got plenty to think about. I sense we've all have a great deal to consider. I had resolved to remain here until such time as Yulmor's future was secured, but it is clear to me now that this city is in capable hands. I have every confidence they will find their way, and I believe it is time we went ours. Alright. So Alphinaud's leaving too, is he? Seems like everyone's moving on. Everything's changing. I've been thinking about what I should do in all this. Like I told you, I spent most of my life dreaming about living here with my friends in paradise. That paradise is gone, but something better's taken its place, and I reckon I want to be a part of it. This Yulmor for the people Master Chai's been going on about ain't gonna build itself after all. Not that I'm much of a builder. Me and my friends will find a way to make a difference, though. Help keep things changing for the better. A far nobler dream than the one to which you clung before, and one I am happy to say we share. Whatever path you choose, I will pray for your success. Well, when you put it like that, there's no going back now, is there? We've got a few ideas on how we can do our bit, just a matter of taking the first step. Truly, to see Kaishir thus inspired by our actions is inspiring in itself. Yet, however much I may wish to stay and see what comes of his efforts here in Yulmor, we have matters of our own to attend to. Come, we should return to the Crystal Tower. Mayhap Beklug's studies have borne fruit in our absence. Onward to the Crystal Tower! And let's go wrap up today's stream. That's the patch name, haha, good timing. Oh, what, Vows of Virtue, Deeds of Cruelty? Oh, it is. Interesting. Alright, well, let's go wrap it up. Do you have business? Oh, do I have business with the Crystal Exarch? Yes, I do. My best friend, Grahatia. Welcome back. We are given to understand a new mayor has taken office in Yulmor. Indeed, our good friend Master Chai was elected by a popular vote, and after some considerable soul-searching chose to accept the post. It's a shame you weren't able to attend his inaugural speech, though I have no doubt you will see more of him in the future. But tell me, how fared you in preparing the white auracite? Our work did not proceed quite as expected. In your absence, we had a frank discussion on the principles of soul transference, and concluding at length that white auracite was ill-suited for our purposes. But, Urianger, did you not say that compared to the massy soul of an Ascian, the stone could house one of ours with ease? That I did, and armed as we are with Bekluk's invaluable insight, it would indeed prove a trifling matter were we to disregard the inviolable link betwixt mind and soul. A link which would, we did belatedly realize, be weakened most perilously in the process of rendering our souls dormant, as auracite doth require, thus the shredding of these fleshy simulacra— Oh. It would theoretically be possible to channel your minds into the auracite instead, but we would more than likely sacrifice your souls in the process. Which is why we have abandoned that plan and instead devoted our time to finding the means by which mind and soul might be transported together. Then we are no closer to a solution than when we first began. It is a vexing conundrum indeed, but one for which the Crystal Exarch has proposited a most intriguing solution. When our discussions turned to the transference of memories and the psyche, I could not help but be reminded of a technique with which I have personal experience. Vel, do you recall what we learned of my eyes from our encounter with the Doga and Une? Doga and Une. Oh shit! Buddy, you're asking me to recall something from fucking ages ago. I'll see if I can remember. I speak of the royal irony and the Allegan imperial line, gifted to my forebears through the blood and memories of the ancient Allegans. It is by gift that I am able to control the Crystal Tower. If we were to gain an understanding of the technology by which the Allegans were able to accomplish this transference, perhaps we could then keep mind and soul together. Imagine, if you will, a device like unto a soul crystal, replete not only with our worldly memories, but also the bountiful energies of the soul. That is our current avenue of investigation, and we will follow it wheresoever it leads. When they sent in the clones, yeah. While we are thus engaged, I think it best that Vel return to the source and inform Kryl and the others of our findings. Hello, Jackrith. Agreed. I imagine Tataru will be relieved to hear we've made a progress of a sort. I'm finally back from work. Then I would beg leave to relay our findings unto Thancred and Reen, and to assist where I may in the investigation of the empty. Yes, please do. Should we have need of your counsel, we will not hesitate to summon you. Give our regards to Tataru, won't you? You bet. Back into the mirror I go. Alrighty. Click on the damn yes prompt. Oh, Tataru. Mel, you're back. How did everything go in the first? Wait, don't tell me. Kryl will be here shortly and she'll want to hear it too. She's just into the others, their bodies, I mean. God, I don't think I'll ever get used to saying that. Anyway, you can tell us everything the moment she gets here. Upon speaking with... Oh, shit. Alright, get ready, guys. It's time for a movie.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I've carried out the treatment as per Master Matoya's instructions. It should slow the destabilization of their corporeal ether quite significantly. But tell me, how fare our friends in the first?
So this Becklug's the first to lead an authority on soulcraft, are they? Sounds promising.
And Urianger's proffered solution of white auracite is rather ingenious now that I think of it. Well, while they press on with their preparations, you may rest assured we will continue to do our part here.
It's the footballs.
Oh, you're back.
Oh. It's him.
And none the worse for wear, I see.
Oh, it's so good to see you again.
Estinian! Oh, thank the gods! We've been worried sick. Did you lose your link pearl or something?
The situation in Garlemald has become more complicated. I was making my escape from the capital when I ran into one of yours, Riol. He thought it best we come straight here.
More complicated how?
Oh boy. Yeah, we're about to get the lowdown on Garlemald.
Where to begin? After entering the Empire via Razat Han, I went about my mission of investigating Black Rose. It was then, inside a provincial factory, that I encountered the one who styles himself Shadow Hunter, Gaius Baelshar. Our goals being apparently aligned, we joined forces and ventured on into the heart of the capital, to the very Imperial Palace itself. There, we found a man whom all assumed dead.
My other best friend. I have a lot of people competing for the best friend title.
His soul lives on, and he has wrested back his flesh. Xenos Ye Galvas. Nor did the surprises end there, for no sooner had we arrived than he murdered his sire in cold blood. The Emperor is dead. This sent Gaius into a rage, and he charged in, blade drawn.
Oh, hold on. You don't gotta tell me. I'm about to have... Yeah, me and Kryl are about to have a... experience all of it. Yeah, that sword is, potent. I've seen him in action. His body, at least. You will not best him alone. Why isn't this voiced? Weird. Nay, death will not come easily to that thing. If you would join me, then by all means. But what good it will do. Black Wolf and the Azure Dragoon. I suppose this might suffice. Come then. Damn! Ooh! Holy fuck, that's cool! Ah, but of course. Ah, the simple pleasures of one's own flesh. Truly there is no place like home. Abomination. Whatever he is, Vel was barely a match for him if we stay here much longer. Emperor Varus, your radiance, are you alright? We may wear out our welcome. Your radiance! No! Must even the most middling of sport be spoiled? The world conspires to bore me. But I have no cause to remain. I leave these vermin to you. Stenos! Oh shit, and he just straight up has that ability, huh? Well, any bright ideas? Just one. Damn, nice. Radiance. The intruders have taken flight. I repeat, the intruders have taken flight. Deploy all available magic armor. We cannot let them escape. Damn. Oh shit. Oh, I get to play as a Sinian. That's my AoE. Oh, I play Dragoon. I know these combos by heart. Dragonfire dive. How'd you know about all the parts you weren't there for? Let's keep moving. Hello, Magitech Scorpion. Focus on the Magitech armor first. Ah, no worries. There's your FF7 reference. Yeah, no. They have it, and I'm also shocked as fuck to see it here, but it's here. Haha. Emperor's Crossroads. We make ourselves easy marks by moving together. I suggest we split up. Alright then, I'll take the low road, so to speak. Whee! Oh man, this is so cool. Oh wait, yeah, this way. Principal dynamic. Oh, look at all this. Well, well, someone's been busy. What am I looking at? What the fuck? Arc Ultima? And you would bar my way, which so be it. Oh man, this music again. Well, now I have to do the Shadowbringers trials. Holy shit. This quest unlocks the trial. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Oh, I thought I would never hear this music again. Oh, my ability's unlocked. Initiating synthetic aura sight system. What the hell? Oh, bro, why are Estinian's abilities so cool? Oh, this fucking music, man. I'm telling you, man, as early as A Realm Reborn, they were fucking cooking with the music. This shit is so good. Did I read that right? Now loading sample data 14. Oh, I notice I'm using Nidhogg's abilities. Alamorn. Data sample 12. Ultima is an amazing track. They're all abilities from Nidhogg, by the way. Yeah, I figured as much. Arch Ultima is unstoppable. What do you mean? I'm literally about to kill it. Alright, here we go. So much for that. Still though, what the hell is all this about? Garland's in their machina. Now, where are you, Gaius? Jeez, though. It was nutty. Estinian, I just saw that. You were cool as fuck.
Are you all right?
Peer into my past, did you?
That's right. You were awesome, dude.
Well, I didn't quite relive the experience as you did, but I bore witness to it all.
I'm still not sure what I think of this gift of yours. But no matter.
You know, if you're gonna look into my past like that and play as me, you should pay a subscription fee.
Took his leave, citing boredom.
To think their research into the Echo could bear such fruit.
Yeah, no shit.
Escaping death, jumping from one body to the next, and returning to his own after all this time. He is an Ascian in all but name.
It beggars belief, aye. But no more than a hero traversing the rift between worlds.
He named his spear Nithog, and his armor he named Iceheart. That's awesome. I didn't know about the armor. I figured his spear was named Nithog, but I did not know about the Iceheart armor. That's cool.
Prince missing. The Empire is in disarray. Until order is restored, assuming it even possible, we needn't fear an Imperial reprisal. And for reasons of his own, Xenos took it upon himself to rid the world of Black Rose.
Well, that's that at least.
Noel has already gone to apprise the Alliance leaders of these developments. We may leave the matter in their hands for now.
Then perhaps we have seen the last of the fighting at Gimlet. Though, if it comes to civil war, I cannot help but fear for the provinces.
You think Kreisvalger gave him the armor? I say.
Ah, I'd nearly forgotten to ask. What became of Gaius? Did he not escape with you?
That he did, but we parted ways shortly after leaving Garlemald. He claimed another threat had arisen which demanded his attention. He didn't elaborate, but the absence of some device or other in the capital gave him reason to believe they're planning something.
Oh?
Lest you worry. I believe he has well and truly shed the Black Wolf's pelt. Conquest is no longer his objective. We may safely leave him to his own devices.
If anything, I would more think that Gaius is after just reforming Garlemald as is.
To worry about, even if we do have a mysterious new threat to look out for instead.
I can't help but wonder whether the Eighth Umbral Calamity would have even happened with Xenos ripping the Empire apart like this. That's a good question too. If Xenos...
Can't hurt to be vigilant.
Given how much of a in-the-picture guy Xenos is and how prevalent he is right now, with all of our shenanigans in the first,
I believe I've fulfilled.
It's almost curious to know if the whole Black Rose thing would have happened anyways, given Xenos is up and about.
That's true, but with the Archon still slumbering away, we were hoping you might agree to stay with us for a little bit longer.
Sorry, but I'm not inclined to extend my contract. Gaius isn't the only one with business to attend to.
Aww.
Thank you for your help then, Estinian. I see why Alphino admires you so.
Farewell, my friend. See that you don't make a habit of dozing off in battle.
I'll try not to, Estinian. Bye now.
I suppose we should all be getting on then. As ever, we will see to the Archon's needs. In the meantime, why not get some rest? You've more than earned it. Go on.
You must be shattered after all that hopping back and forth between worlds. Why not stay here and get a rest for a while? I'm sure Bekluk can manage without you. They got enough scions to help them if you ask me. Meanwhile, in Garlemald, they're molding. Oh. It's as it feared. Traitors, you would dare deny Lord Nerva the throne? Oh. They're killing themselves. Boring, boring, boring. Do you think I find it amusing? Like dogs herding cattle to the slaughterhouse. Well, 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 if it isn't the body snatcher himself. How you doing, Mr. Elidibus? That Hugh. Your soul is... Who are you? Like, huh? Wait a minute, that's not Elidibus. Before your majesty, I am but another dog, lost in want of a new master. A hunting dog, if you should wish it so. For I know full well the prey you would seek next. Zodiarch. Oh boy. Meanwhile, in Gilmore, in the first... Did you hear? The mayor's reopening Daedalus Stoneworks and they're looking for laborers. There's talk of resettling some of the old abandoned villages too. They're even laying on free talos to help anyone willing to make the move. Free talos? We'd best get packing. Steady work, board, and lodging. If that's not a recipe for hope, I don't know what is. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. That's... What are you doing with his face? That's not Ardbert. See our dream. That's not Ardbert. Oh boy. Okay, well, we have a lot to look forward to then for next time. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and call it a stream. Thank you guys so much for joining on today's FF14 stream. Apologies for the much shorter length today. But I generally want to kind of pace myself out with the streams more or less. And kind of take my time with postgame for Shadowbringers as opposed to Stormbloods, where I just kind of blitzed it all the way through. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I'll see you again come Wednesday when we continue post scenario. Things are starting to get real interesting. But yeah, I'll see you guys then. Till then, have a good one. Bye-bye.